James Cord has a lot of things in it.
You know, when you say James Cord, it sounds like you're referring to James Corden. Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
James Corden.
James.
Wait, bruv.
I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. Just works like that.
A little bit odd in it.
Well, James, a lot of things have happened this week.
Yeah, mate.
I only have one thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's just start with that then.
Yeah, let's.
Here's the thing, James.
Okay.
You don't trust the government, right?
I incredibly do trust the government. Actually, I literally let them put a microchip in the base of my skull.
I'll have you know, James.
That then activates chill mode on.
Well, then I hope you didn't experience this. Then there was a national alert that happened earlier this week.
What?
Yes, a national alert. And, and they say it's just a regular like weather alert, just a little like test, But it wasn't, James.
Bit of a ding dong.
It wasn't just an alert that everyone had. You see, what it actually was, James, it was 5G radiation.
No, it was just an alert.
It triggered a hidden virus in everyone's heads that were planted there when they took the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, by the way.
So then the people that didn't take the vaccine didn't have to worry about it?
Exactly.
So
but just in case you would still, why did
they wrap their heads in tinfoil and then put their phones in Faraday cages after turning it off and then wrapping that?
It wouldn't trigger the virus. They don't have a virus, but it's still 5G radiation. You don't want to get hit by that. So.
Whoa.
It'll turn you into the Hulk, but like the bad kind.
The bad kind?
You've just been reduced to just doing like sound effect. You're making like the sound effects of whatever I'm talking about. A national alert that triggers a virus in your head.
I don't know if you can
I don't know if you've heard about that, but apparently that's been a thing.
Yeah,
so, I got the weather alert. It was on my phone then one day, and I was like, oh, cool, and then I turned it off, and I forgot about it. But oh, how ignorant I was when I did that, James, because I didn't realize I was experiencing 5G right there.
My 5G chip implanted in my shoulder from when the vaccine was given to me.
Yeah.
It activated when the alert went off because I was streaming when it went off.
Oh.
And I had just muted my mic because I think I was gonna like blow my nose or something.
Yeah.
And so I was turning to go.
So you say you muted, but what you actually threw your phone away, just like how everyone else, or how the enlightened were telling you to do it.
No, JD, I shit my pants actually.
Oh, okay. It was the brown note that played for you. I experienced 5G. You experienced the brown note. We are not the same.
I literally just muted my microphone. I turned to the side to grab my tissues, and I just hear this fucking haunting noise just ring out of nowhere. And because the vibration on my phone is broken, it's even worse. And like I jump because it surprised me.
You're a little baby. You don't like jumpy scares.
And I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know that there was some alert being sent out or anything.
I didn't know either.
I
only knew about it after the fact.
I knew about it after it happened, but then I found out apparently a bunch of conservatives were very worried that it was going to happen, as you've described.
Mm-hmm. That insider info.
They maybe had a bit of a freaking out.
Well, they were right, James. I mean, when that alert happened, I turned to it, I turned it off, and then I blacked out. Like, I didn't know what happened after that.
I turned to it. I grabbed it by the throat and I wrung it around.
When I woke up, I was in a cargo freight on a ship bound for California, like going toward California, and I didn't know what happened. And I only read after the fact that sometimes, like China would plant like sleeper agents in America, and I was one of them.
What?
I didn't know about it until now.
But
I don't know.
JD,
I don't know what political like world leader I assassinated when I was exposed to the national weather alert.
Wait,
but
JD,
I don't. I just have to say it wasn't me.
are you the one who killed Michael Jones?
He's dead now. That must have been me then. Some political figure didn't like him.
Ron DeSantis.
No, not Ron. Ron's a stand-up guy.
Ron thought Michael would be short in real life, and then he met him, and he was upset how tall he was.
Yeah, apparently I'm a sleeper agent. I don't know when this next time I'm gonna be like activated for a mission. Hopefully not anytime soon because it wasn't very pleasant. I was kind of thirsty, hungry when I woke up on that cargo freight. Luckily, it was carrying our a Hello Fresh. Use our code.
Use our code 5G.
That was another thing I wanted to talk about. Something related to HelloFresh. I just remembered it, but I'll talk about it after you do your thing. But that's it. Yeah, that's me for the national weather alert thing. No, it wasn't a alert that would trigger a virus inside your head. It was just a weather alert. So let's not make a big stink about it.
To pivot from this conversation into somebody who probably did think it was a virus in your head, Ron DeSantis.
You want to get political right now, James?
I mean, I only got this. This is like my only political thing I got.
Oh, sure.
It is, JD. I did make a whole list of stuff, and it is the only thing on it.
Okay, so what about your crush, Ron DeSantis?
Other than me just simply saying Trump is in court, Ron DeSantis is the only political thing.
Yeah, okay. So what about your boy crush, Ron DeSantis?
God, if he was a boy, no.
You're right. He's a man.
He's as far in the opposite direction as you can get.
Of a boy?
Yeah, he's a very melty-facing looking old man with a weird donkey smile.
I was about to say he's an old lady.
But no, Ron DeSantis is being accused of something, JD. Would you like
to?
Is that
something to do with those videos you sent me?
Yes, with the 2 videos I sent you. You don't have to listen to them with sound necessarily, but just can you guess? I mean, one of them does straight up say it.
I kind of watched the first few seconds. And I already knew, right from the first outline of what they were trying to point out, and I was like, oh yeah, I get it. I get what they're saying. So let me do the honors, James.
Yeah.
Apparently, our boy Ronnie, he's being accused of wearing heels. I guess it's either his shoes are heels or he's wearing some kind of weird block in his shoe that makes his heel go up so that he may appear taller than he actually is. Which, by the way, he's average height, right? Like 5'8" or something.
He's 5. That's in the second video, by the way.
Okay, yeah, he's like average height. So obviously you wouldn't need to put blocks in his shoes. I think it's people just making a big stink about it. And James, no, the national alert didn't trigger a virus, and no, Ronnie DeSantis did not wear heels. Simple.
And when we go to the second video where these 2 presidential candidates for the Republican Party are standing side by side with one another, they're both 5'8", to just note. And the woman is wearing 4-inch heels, and somehow Ronnie DeSantis, while also being 5'8", is standing several inches over her.
Well, maybe he's not 5'8". Maybe he's like 5'11". I don't know.
No. That is not JD. If she is 5'8" and he's 5'11", then she should still not be shorter than him in 4-inch heels.
Well, I mean, it's a 4-inch heel, but it doesn't mean like you're going to be 4 inches taller. It just means your heel is going to be, it's going to give you a little bit more height, but it's not like JD, 4 inches exactly worth of height.
It is. That's how heels work, JD. They'd give you that much more height because it's your heel going up, which is where the base of you are. So when the heel moves up, your ankles
tilted down because of the heels. So you won't. Yeah, it's not like you just levitate up 4 inches. Your toes are still like touching the. You're angled forward, so it's not like
it's still giving you 4 more inches of height. Also, the front of her shoes do have lift on them as well. I know you really want to go to bat for Ron DeSantis.
Actually, I'll just retract what I said. I know nothing about heels, so you probably know way more than I do.
I know, that's why I'm talking about it.
I'll just say this. I just wanted to argue with you, but I have no idea how heels work. So
by the way,
you're the heel expert. I know you really like women's heels and stuff, so sorry, I just shouldn't have brought that up.
I've literally never worn them because I've been always afraid
of course you don't wear them. I mean, like you just.
But also,
for some reason,
just looking at Ron, in the first clip, just pause it while he's doing the interview thing. Just looking at his feet. Yeah, those aren't his feet. because
I
they're
mean, so
they're
what
like
if he likes to wear clown shoes, dude? I mean, everybody has their own style. Okay, I don't
yeah,
know why you
man,
gotta
it's
hate
not,
on the dude for the
it's
shoes.
just
I feel like there's a lot of other things you could dislike about other than the shoes, you know?
well, I think it's very funny that he feels inadequate.
Well, I mean, just someone like that, James, feeling inadequate? What? No.
A hateful bigot feels
You're
inadequate.
inadequate, James. You're inadequate.
A cis white man feels inadequate. It doesn't make sense.
James, whoa, don't be calling out my people like that.
It's too late. I already have.
See, look, you just had to make this political, James.
I did.
You and your weird controversies like Ron DeSantis's clown shoes. Like, come on, man. So what do you think he's wearing? Like 6-inch heels then, huh? Is that what you're saying he's wearing in the second clip then?
Yes,
He's so much
'cause
taller.
Again, as I'm pointing
You
out,
think this man is wearing like 7-8-inch heels?
yes.
No, he's not 8-inch, maybe like 7-inch. 3 inches taller, that looks like about.
No, that's
4 inches?
even further from going just
So
from
you
like,
think he's wearing 8-inch heels? You think his feet are at like a 120-degree angle right there? Like that's where his
Katie,
ankles resting at?
again, when I wanted to talk about it in the clip of the of him doing an interview, firstly,
Mm-hmm.
you can see how far up his leg the boot goes because it goes way up. Secondly, his feet are not in those shoes. They are way too pressed down. Like they are literally almost folding in half.
So what if he's
cleanly.
got flat feet, dude? Some people's feet are just
That's
different.
not how flat feet work.
Maybe some people, maybe your feet, which are like literally bowling balls, just aren't the normal feet. Like you ever thought about that, James?
Like clobber feet.
Like I know that you basically got like horse hooves, okay, but some people just have flatter feet than others.
If I had horse hooves, I'd be having to wear the boots he is because again, I would not have feet, so I'd have to pretend, just like he does.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't blame the guy. Being short sucks.
I do.
So,
Fucking loser.
whoa. Just don't
I
like
don't give
short
a
people,
shit.
James? What's
No,
wrong with
I
you?
don't. I don't like Ron DeSantis. But you know who else I don't like, JD?
Yeah, who else?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I'm on the team of Chuck E. Cheese with our new invention for Halloween: Five Nights of Fun.
5 nights of fun. Important note, our engagement is not a formal relationship or partnership with the movie. Our brand is naturally being woven into discussions due to the nature of the subject material.
It's so this is a really funny thing that got like leaked that they want to do this Halloween event right when the movie comes out,
For Chuck E.
really-
Cheese, yeah.
for Chuck E. Cheese, and they're calling it Five Nights of Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like literally it's also so funny that they keep calling it the movie in most of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They never outright say Five Nights at Freddy's, and they even have that in the notes. They never say
Well, I mean,
it's called-
they write it in that section where it says not that.
yeah, it's always there. It's stating not that thing. And it's always just in the say this, it's always calling it the movie.
Yeah. Well, it's because,
It's never
because you're never
acknowledging the
supposed to
name.
say Five Nights at Freddy's because it's not.
Oh, but it's so funny. It's so funny.
Well, I mean, they knew what they were doing. Like, come on
I
now.
know they knew what they were doing, but it's so funny that they did it because it's like, come on, what are you doing?
Can I read some of these not that things that
Yeah.
you're supposed to not say?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is together with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, we are doing this promotion.
But what they actually need to say is,
We're all about fun. So we thought we'd just think of a way to have 5 nights of it in a row.
I know it's genius, isn't
We're
it?
all about Freddy. So we thought maybe. So then it's, yeah, they wanted to combat the idea that people think that we are like that place they have in the movies. So they did that. Well, that is the worst sentence that's ever
I know
been formed.
it was so bad to read.
Yeah, they wanted to combat the idea of that people think that, is that a typo in there? Is that,
I think it's okay. So I'm gonna try and read it how I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, they wanted to combat the idea of that people think that we are like that place that they have in the movie, so they did this.
yeah, that sounds better.
JD, I speak idiot.
You speak better English than I do.
No, I speak
Because you're a
idiot.
white man. So
Katie, we've established this.
Oh, is there a
You
movie
are.
coming out? That's news to me. We're here celebrating Five Nights of Fun in a row this October. So what you're supposed to pretend like is you've never heard of the movie?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because look at the next line.
Yeah, the characters kind of look similar, huh? Wait until you see them when we're closed. Whoa. Wait, so
Haunted characters?
this one could be referencing like anything, but I guess they just don't want you saying this particular line.
Mm-hmm. What they want you to say is,
Haunted characters? No way. Unless Mr. Munch doesn't get his pizza on time. Now that's scary.
then you'll be stuffed in some animatronics.
No, not an animatronic.
Uh,
It's just a suit.
oh, actually, they don't even have animatronics anymore. They got rid of those.
Yeah, the animatronic scene's been real quiet ever since 1983.
No, they literally got rid of the animatronics. It's puppets, and they put them on TV screens.
I see.
They literally got rid of the brand.
Not that. It's a party for people who like that movie or for adults who want to enjoy Chuck E. Cheese without the kids. Wait, so you can't say that second part of that either?
Nope.
It's a party for adults who want to enjoy Chuck E. Cheese without the kids.
Can't
Chuck E. Cheese.
What you gotta say is,
The Chuck E. Cheese Big Night of Fun Party is a party for kids up to 10 at any participating fun center and only on October 27th from 8 p.m. until midnight.
literally the day it comes out. It's
Oh yeah, it
literally the
releases on
day it
October
comes out.
27th.
Like the official day it comes out is the 27th.
Why are they launching this on movie night?
We're when are we watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
Huh? No, I said so wait, Chuck E. Cheese is doing this big night of fun party on the day of the release?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's not a good idea since they'll be watching the movie instead of going to Chuck E. Cheese's
Well,
big
the
night of fun party.
idea
Or
is that if they make the name similar enough, they can
Yeah.
trick kids who are really into the brand into coming to the restaurant thinking it'll be like that.
Oh, I see.
It's the whole idea of pulling
So they'll be
something
like,
away.
I want to go watch the movie, and then the parents are like, no, you can't watch the movie.
We got
so
the
let's
movie
go,
at
let's go to Chuck E. Cheese's big night of fun. Wouldn't you like that?
Mm-hmm. I think children are not are like being told not to go see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie as well by
Is it 'cause
theaters.
it's rated too high or something?
It's like PG-13.
Okay.
But the
I mean,
theaters
that
are
doesn't
like,
sound too
yeah,
bad.
you know, this depicts a lot of child violence, so we'd like to not show it.
That's
We
true.
prefer if kids didn't come see it.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Even
It
with
does
parents.
have
They're like
child
being
violence. In it.
dissuaded.
Yeah.
And for the final one, JD.
Sorry, kids, idiots. You don't get to enjoy
for-
the good shit.
And
losers.
for the final, just shitting on them. And
Yeah.
for the final, not that JD. What does it say?
It says it's our take on Five Nights at Freddy's for Halloween.
But what you have to say is,
Five Nights of Fun is not related to or in partnership with any company, brand, organization, or media outlet outside of Chuck E. Cheese. That could have fooled me.
dude, they even copied the poster.
They kind of did, yeah.
No, I mean like there's an official poster for Five Nights of Fun, and it's the FNAF movie poster.
What is it?
Yeah, here, let me pull it up.
Oh man, that's good. That's great stuff.
It's so, dude, they're so petty. They're so upset about it.
There are some kids that like Five Nights at Freddy's more than Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, I mean, it's actually how well has Chuck E. Cheese been doing?
I think it's been losing some
It's been on a downturn.
Yeah, like since 2020, you know, since people couldn't go, and then like also Shane Dawson being like, actually they're giving you other people's pizza, even though that was disproved by like MatPat.
Yeah.
It's
see.
it's just been like kind of going down. Hey, by the way, the posters are the same. Also, there's your thumbnail.
Whoa, who's that guy in the background of the Chuck E. Cheese version?
The chicken one?
Yeah, who's
Oh,
that?
that's Mr. Munch, JD.
Well, here's the thing, James. Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't
Wait,
the
no,
first one to
that's
do
Per-
this kind of
that's
style of
Peroli-
poster.
Paroli thing? Pear something.
Parappuccino.
It's whoever the guy from the previous place was before the Chuck E. Cheese place acquired them.
Oh, Fredbear's Family, Chuck E. Cheese's Family Diner. So, Well, I mean, here's the thing, James. Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't the first one to do that kind of style of poster where their characters just lined up behind each other with half their face showing.
You're right, it wasn't.
You're right.
But
But it just so happened that there's a coincidence that Chuck E. Cheese decided to do that same style of like showing their characters
face.
right when Five Nights at Freddy's was also I mean, you know.
It's just, you know, it's just really
I like the Chuck E. Cheese one better because their eyes aren't red.
Dude, that's my
and
favorite
I know you're going to make a
complaint.
stink about that when we in our movie review. I'm going to be like,
guys,
you know, the movie I give
wasn't
it like,
red.
I give it like a 9 out of 10. I mean, the red eyes, that's just got a point out. I got to take a point off, man. Red eyes. And you're like, JD, you stupid, ignorant piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm joking.
You don't get it.
But on top of this, speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, JD, the movie's already made back its money
Yeah, I did hear about that.
before it even came out.
Before even release.
Going on the 2, no matter what.
Yeah, so was it they made money from the streaming service rights or something?
No,
Was that
from
what it was,
ticket
or-
sales. Ticket sales alone have already made back its money.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, that's just a very fun thing, and I'm very happy for them that happened.
Yeah. So apparently you could pre-order the tickets to the movie, right, James? Before
Yeah.
the movies even come out.
Yeah, like I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you did, but it's for us.
Meh.
I mean, it's
It's
fine
for
if
me,
I don't
JD.
go watch it. I mean, it's streaming.
No, JD,
I
I'm
just
gonna
watch it
bring
on
you
stream.
there. You just gotta stand outside the theater.
Okay.
You get to listen, but through a wall.
I don't think I can stay outside the theater. I don't think people are allowed to be.
You're gonna have to
Around
say,
that
"I'm sorry,
area?
my friend's in there. I gotta wait."
No, I don't think that'll cut it.
It'll
I'm
work.
sure there's
Trust
still-
me. I know a guy.
Yeah. Who do you know?
Carrie
Yeah. Carrie who?
Shawcross from Rooster Teeth. Hey, speaking of Carrie Shawcross,
I
from
was
Rooster
setting
Teeth,
you up to do a D's nuts joke, but you didn't do it.
No, instead I pivoted it into another topic.
Okay. Next.
Rooster Teeth, and Carrie Shawcross specifically,
Your favorite company news.
my favorite company. They it's just a quick thing. They put out a little announcement because people are like, why are you pulling videos off YouTube? And they very politely made
Well,
a response.
it's more like, hey, why are you pulling videos off YouTube?
No, it
continue?
was more like mine.
Well, we don't know because it's just a comment.
I know. I know these people.
You know these. Yeah, you were one of them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you guys angry?
Actually,
Actually,
why are you hating me? I'm right. You're like that dude in the One Punch Man season 1 in episode 4 when everyone's in the shelter. I don't know if you watched it.
I did. I have.
Everyone's in the shelter, and this dude who kind of looks this ugly dude with a bowl cut, and he's like, "Did these heroes actually do the work?"
No, I remember.
You know
I
that
saw
guy?
a
Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, I
It's
saw
like
a guy.
that,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Your
man,
average
me and
Rooster
JD can
Teeth
make
fan.
bits off this guy.
It's your average Rooster Teeth fan right there.
And by that we mean the other people.
Put it on YouTube.
Why don't actually you guys should put it on YouTube because it makes no difference. It actually helps you guys. And then Rooster Teeth was very kindly like, "Hey, actually, YouTube has declined."
Well, actually, you should help me help you, okay? We can't do that unless I get to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth was like, I keep saying Rooster Teeth, and it was them, but it was more specifically Carrie Shawcross. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm the head of animation here at Rooster Teeth and everything, and I just like
Lame.
be very blunt and straight." You'd be like,
Why'd you
very
stop?
blunt.
Continue.
Oh no, that's nothing. It's nothing.
Okay.
Well,
Well, don't let me
like-
get to your head. But maybe do.
demons out of my head.
These demons won't shut up.
I just start screaming.
If at some point, like, I'll just be hanging out with you and you just randomly like start seizing out, you're like, these demons won't shut up. I think that's
You
my
won't be
cue to
able to
stand
tell.
up and leave.
He'll just be like, "Hey, James, it was a funny bit once."
James, stop that, dude. It's not funny. It's only funny when I do it.
Then you start doing.
You
it.
don't
You're
get to do
"See?
that."
See. But Gary Shawcross, he was like, "Hey guys, so we're taking the videos off YouTube and moving them to our platform because YouTube doesn't earn us like barely any money at all. So we'd like to actually make some funds, and by going and watching just
Okay.
one video on One video on our website compared to YouTube, you've
God,
earned us basically
what a
about
poor
600
small
times.
indie company.
I mean,
I hope Warner Brothers helps them out a bit. They got to open up their funds, open up their wallet,
yeah,
man.
I think a lot of people are.
Give them a little bit of
I'll
credit,
finish
dude.
saying what he's saying,
Their
but
credit score is a bit too low.
I'll finish saying what
Can't buy a
Carrie
house
said
in
in a
this
second.
market.
I'll finish saying what Carrie said in a second, but I think a lot of people assume just because they're owned by Warner Brothers that like
Yeah.
that means they have a like an infinite well of cash to pull into, and it's like
Well,
no,
that's because it does.
they need to still earn money to be a company, and so by doing this,
Yeah,
they're
and they
earning
can earn
money.
money from Warner Brothers.
This is what it's like to talk to
Is
them.
that
This is
really?
literally
Is
what
that?
it's like. This is literally what it's like.
Thank God. I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm an average Rooster Teeth fan too. I don't know if you can tell.
I can't tell. You sound like it. Uh, but Gary, he's like, yeah, so by going and watching it on our website or even buying a first subscription, you're more benefiting us. And first is their version of Patreon, basically. Uh, and it's like, again, they're just like, yeah, by buying a first account, you've basically earned us like 10 times more than what we would have gotten from like probably you watching 600 videos of ours, like giving us just 600 views on YouTube. You've earned us
Mhm.
basically like 10 times that. Or it was something along those lines. But it's like literally going to their website and either watching a video or like subscribing to their first. You way more better help out the company, and that's why they've been putting stuff on their first. I mean, on their website.
God, what a bunch of greedy fucking cows, dude.
Yeah, and
They just want to
people
keep
keep
milking
going.
those teeth, trying to
My,
get the fucking milk out of the viewers, man. It just kind of ticks me off a little bit.
My favorite thing is that people keep going and they're putting it behind a paywall, and like Rooster Teeth keeps being so like very like loud about it, going, "This is still free to watch. You can still watch
Listen,
this for
it's free to watch. Yeah, if you pay $5 a month, like it's free to watch.
No,
Come on, man.
no, it's free to watch because it's free. You can go to the website and watch it without paying a thing. But
Exactly.
people,
All you had to do to go to the website is paying a $5 border entrance fee into the website, and boom. Now
yeah,
you can access
you
the
have
IP.
to pay for internet, and that's all you got to pay for.
No,
It's your
you have to
normal
pay for a
internet
device to
rate.
access the internet, and then you have to.
This is what it's like. It's like getting like all like little nitpicky, like, well, actually, it's not free because I gotta pay for the internet. It's like that's not their fault. That's not on them.
Actually, it is because I want to watch it on YouTube, and they're making it not on YouTube, so it is their fault.
But it's just as easy as going.
They're
to
the
YouTube.
ones who
You
want
just
the
go to-
change, James. Okay, I wanted it to stay the same. Okay, I didn't want no change, but they're
Well,
like,
you know,
let's change it. And look, this is the consequence of changing it. You get change, whether it's good or bad, James.
I'm sorry. The internet is just like it was 8 years ago. People can make a profit off YouTube, and they.
Boom.
I'm sorry, but every creator on YouTube, they don't have a first subscription. I mean, they have Patreons because YouTube doesn't earn them enough money, but that's not the same thing, even though it is.
Yeah, well, define not enough money, James, huh? Is your
Dude,
billions of
this was
dollars,
another
is
argument
your
somebody made.
trillions of dollars that you're making not enough for you, Rooster Teeth? You want to make $2 trillion?
Dude, that's literally what somebody was saying, and I'm like, they aren't
Got 'em.
though. They very clearly aren't. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing this.
Oh
They're
yeah,
trying
receipts
to make
receipts
profit.
where it didn't happen.
Yeah, like I know what the fucking company makes. It's just like they literally are so open and talk about this constantly. And this isn't the first time they talked about it when they did the Rooster Teeth podcast and other stuff. And they brought this up so many times, but people ignore it because they just want a reason to hate Rooster Teeth. Which like
Got
there
'em.
are valid reasons, but this is not one. This is you literally just wanting to hate to hate.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Like I do if you
No,
want
it
to.
makes
I
you
can
a
do
little
it too.
bitch.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. You can be a little
No.
bitch if you want to. It's a free country. That's the best thing about America. Is if you
Yeah,
want
it's
to be a
it's
little
free
bitch, you
country.
can.
Yeah, it's a free country.
If
It
you
doesn't
want to
mean
hate on
that,
Rooster
like, you know-
Teeth, do it. Yeah, definitely do it.
Yeah, and guess what? They don't have to put it on YouTube because YouTube is not beneficial for anybody. It doesn't help anybody. It's like Patreon
Fine by me,
exists.
James, if they want to go broke, which they were already for the past forever of whenever they were incepted from
Actually,
their
Rooster Teeth-
inception.
Rooster Teeth went woke.
When they woke, you go broke, James. It's a
Unless
simple
you're
fact of
Barbie
nature.
and Oppenheimer.
It's a simple
and
fact of nature.
Avengers.
James, if every single panda in the world suddenly became gay, do you think they could survive?
Dude, you have no idea how much I hear this exact argument. And it's like, why would they?
I don't know, but what if? Let's not work in the reality, okay? Let's work in this.
But what
Let's work in
about
my
this?
hypothetical here. Answer my hypothetical question, James.
Answer my question.
See, they're already having trouble getting it because like 1 in 3 pandas have ED already. So, like, if they were gay, like they're just dead. Like, there's no, you can't do
You
it
have
now.
literally no idea how many times I hear this because I listen to TikTok lives now. Whenever I can't find
Really?
a YouTube video, I go to TikTok lives, and it's usually a discussion similar to this where they're saying this stuff, and the hosts are always going, "But why would that happen?" And the guy's like, uh, it's hypothetical though. It's like, cool, but what does that matter?
It matters because I'm hypothetically claiming that these people are gay, and Ron DeSantis did not wear clan shoes. See, that's a real conspiracy. Okay.
It's not. It's so clearly true because somebody pulled up the boot in the video. It's the same.
Oh yeah,
boot.
let me see. Where did he buy his boots off of? Huh? Show me the actual boot product, and then
Show me the
maybe
receipt.
we can talk.
Show me his exact
And
receipt.
then we have an argument. And then hypothetically, for the sake of the argument, you might have something going on there, maybe just a little bit.
Let's say hypothetically.
Yeah. So
No, it's
yeah, Rooster Teeth they're moving stuff to their website. Is that what that is?
yeah.
That's
All
it?
they've done is they've moved their Red vs. Blue videos to their website, which isn't a new thing because that's literally where it started off, is on the website. And
Yeah,
I think
and
a
that's
lot of
like-
people.
That's their series for their woke audience, right? That's why I haven't watched it.
No, it's not. A
not
lot
very
of their
well. I
first
mean-
seasons are very problematic because of that.
Mostly very woke.
It's them saying a lot of stuff that at the time was not politically incorrect.
Was not politically incorrect or was politically?
It's politically incorrect now,
Hmm.
but at the time it was like,
It was fine.
people said it.
Yeah.
So they said it, and then it's like, because of that they've been like, yeah, no, we don't like that we said that.
Pussies.
But it's
Cowards.
they went woke because they fired the one conservative that works there. It wasn't that the guy didn't show up for work and then he was harassing people and then he was also just an asshole to everybody that he worked with and that nobody really liked working with him and he didn't like anybody else and he just kept being an asshole. But it was because he's conservative, I swear.
Well, I mean,
Because
he
everybody
was.
else was liberal.
The facts are he was conservative and he was.
It's
fired.
not that he
That was the
leaked
facts.
employee info or anything at several
No,
occasions.
no.
Because it's
Let's
funny.
work. No, James. Let's work off my statement here. Okay, just reference what I'm saying, what I've brought to the court. Okay, that's outside our jurisdiction.
Yeah, JD, I'm glad that there's a way that I can tell you're joking with this. And that you
I'm not
understand
joking.
what I'm saying.
I'm 100% serious. Listen, this man. What was his name again?
Joel Heyman.
Joel, my boy, Johnny boy. Okay, he did nothing wrong. Okay, he was a conservative, and they didn't like that, so they fired him. That's just. I rest my case. There's nothing more
And
to
that's
say.
all there is.
Yeah.
And you don't need to look any further into it. And if you look
Nope.
further into it, I will say no.
If you look further into it, I will say, "What are you doing, nerd? Stop looking. What are you reading? Are you reading stuff? What the fuck is wrong with you, loser?
Doing nerd, stop that.
Get a life, dude. Get a job. What are you? Why are you just
Resident
reading
Evil
stuff off
Wesker
the
going, Chris, why are you laughing? Just on another quick side note, speaking of Rooster Teeth, though, as another segue,
Mhm.
the new channel for Achievement Hunter, where those guys went
Monkey
dog bark?
paw?
Monkey Ball, yeah.
Mm.
Monkey Ball, Dog Bark, has put out, I think, 4 videos now.
Oh, they have 4 videos already?
Yeah, and they've been a varying, or I think they have 3, but they've been a varying variety of like what they do, and it's basically confirmed for me what I think it is, and it's like I'm so glad they, as stupid as the name Dog Bark is, it's also like you have no expectation for what they will make because of it, type thing,
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me, we should make another channel called Cow Moo, or maybe Cat Meow, or maybe even
You sure it shouldn't be Cow Chop?
Crap Shoot. No, that was a failure. Crap Shoot.
Is this,
Did they
is this
actually
like
go
how-
down? I think I remember hearing something like they're like stopping content or something, or maybe that was wrong.
Who
I
is?
don't know. Cow
Who
Chow.
is? Oh wait, no, they stopped a long time ago.
Okay, yeah, then I was right.
That was the joke I was making because you said cow moo. I'm like, the dog bark, cow chop.
No, 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 no. Let's go with dog bark.
It's also it feels very similar to cow chop kind of.
Is it that kind of content where it's just
Just
like
people like just running around having like
improving
doing.
skits? Is that what that is?
Yes, it's literally
Is that what that is? Hmm.
yeah. They have a thing they call green screen improv where they just make shit up like on a green screen, and then they also have one that's very similar to cow chop what they would do, and it's so insane to me to see what people are saying in response to it. But like they had one where it was like it felt like what cow chop does, and then like one of the achievement hunter videos between the games, the series they would make, where they would just do stuff like between playing games, they'd do stuff in their office and whatnot. It felt very similar to that where Michael and Alfredo ran around with leaf blowers, just fucking up people's desks with it.
Oh, so what you're saying is they were running around being a menace to their employees, and maybe they
Yeah.
don't like them very much, and maybe they don't like them, and then maybe coming every day just to.
Oh,
And then
you
maybe
mean
they're all
you
of a
mean the
sudden
thing they did
conservative,
when they were
and
still called Achievement Hunter? Where they would go around literally throwing peanut butter all over the fucking place and destroying
then
people's
where they
desks and
would
stuff
go
because of it.
and axe kick someone's desk in half,
Hmm.
destroying
Carving
everything
up
on
the
it,
bottom of a desk a guy made with his dad before his dad died.
coming in
Um,
and coming in and removing someone's desk and installing a 20-foot desk instead
I'm
for
so
someone
glad
who's
you know all
afraid of
this.
heights.
Duct taping a
I just
person
know
to a
those
wall.
specific instances because I've seen clips of them. And I thought
Taking
to
a
myself, man, that seems like a really fun workplace to be in.
it's it's literally so insane to me that people are like their reactions to them doing the leaf blower stunt is literally them going, "This is so destructive and it's really immature and it's so weird that they would do this because it's just showing that they have no care or respect for the fans that they had before because they would never have done this before." And I'm literally
Exactly.
sitting, people are literally saying this, and I'm like looking at this responses and I'm like,
Guys, you're better
guys,
than this.
they
You
literally
don't
went
have to
to
act like children. You're better than this.
my immediate thought was they literally made a two-part series on them going to another brand's office and literally taking everything from one guy's office, his desk, his computer, all of the stuff in there that he
Stripped and
owned. They
clean.
literally
And then we
took
did a
it,
little
all of
prank
it.
where where the HR manager comes in and says, "You're fired. Get out of here right now." And then we tell him 2 weeks later that it was a prank.
They might have done that in the Rooster Teeth podcast recently, actually.
Pretended to
As a
fire someone.
Well, no, what happened was they were doing a drinking game where they would either have to do a task or add something to their drink.
Mhm. And when
And
the task was fire someone.
the task was write something in the very important group chat. And
Mhm.
what he wrote was like a very like obscene, very kind of gross sort of thing, like about like, oh guys, I clogged up the bathroom. It's really bad. There's shit water all over the place. I can't take care of it right now though. I gotta go.
I'm gonna need janitor to come in here.
Yeah,
Gonna
but it
need-
was in the
It's
it was
bad.
in the
Tell him to wear rubber boots because it's just everywhere. And also,
what
it's on the
happened.
ceiling, so bring like a longer mop than you would normally.
Yeah, it was JD, you're literally hitting nail on the head with like how it was the message. But then the thing was, it was in the group chat that was like very important for like very good news. And like the last message that had just been sent was like, "Hey guys, Carol just had her baby," and everyone like it was like a bunch of good responses. And then like he sent this message, and the CEO of the company like personally emailed him during the podcast and was like, "Hey, we're gonna need to have a talk."
Guys, I can't see my reflection in the mirror. We're gonna need heavy duty to come in here.
They-
It's
But,
gonna be a little dim inside the bathroom because of the
it might be
LEDs.
a little bit
Are
hard
the
seeing.
LEDs have a coating on them? We're gonna need some glass cleaner as well. Okay.
Get the-
CEO emails them. Hey, we're
Guys,
gonna need to talk. Hey,
Hey, Vsauce.
hey, bites
Michael here.
lip. Hey, we're gonna need to. If I take two big metal balls and I slam them together, the force generated is enough to burn a hole through paper. And that just didn't happen because I'm so strong, even though I am.
But yeah, basically it was like that, and they did this, and I genuinely, again, it's my whole thing of like, I think you guys just literally want something
Mhm.
to hate it because you want to be angry, despite
Yeah, of course.
this literally being a clear example that it's not changing necessarily.
Of
It's them
course.
just finding a place that they're more free to do this type of content.
Yeah, that's terrible. I don't like that.
I hate that my content creators are happy making the content they make.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be happy. They should be miserable, disgusted,
Hmm.
hating the world like me. Like, how am I supposed to
Hmm.
relate to my content creators when they're happy, happily married or whatever with their stupid families and
Their
dummy
significant
children?
others.
Yeah, their significant others. They're gay significant others. And then
Yeah.
so how am I supposed to relate to this now? I don't get it.
Dude, it's I literally got blocked from somebody because it was like a Reddit post that I got a notification for
Because you're
about
being a
it. So
nuisance to them, James.
yeah, I was being a nuisance by saying,
I bet
"Hey
you
guys,
I bet
here's."
you call them names.
No, I saw them make this message and they're like, it was the whole, they're so immature for this thing. And so I went there and I'm like, hey, they've made several videos in the past where they've done this exact type of content. And I literally cited the stuff that even you said of the whole axe kicking, them throwing peanut butter around and ruining a bunch of their posting computers because of it, them literally stealing a whole person's office and whatnot.
Mhm.
And the person like sent me a message in return and was like, "You're a piece of shit. You're a horrible piece of shit." And then I got blocked by the person who made the post.
Got
It
him.
would then like they all like downvoted bombed me
Giga Chad.
because all the people in the post were all like fucking echo chambering each other with like, "Yeah, no, this is horrible. This is horrible. They're so disrespectful to us. To us, we built them. We made them who they are." Like those type of fucking people.
We made them go there. How dare they leave us in this cloud of hatred all by ourselves? Don't they want to stay here with us?
Dude,
The air is nice. The cloaks are black. That's a cool color. It's black. You should join the dark side. You get
they
a
all
cool
sit
cloak.
they all sit in a circle, hold hands, and chant, "Ryan did nothing wrong."
They'll hold hands in a circle and they chant, "Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare."
They all hold hands in a circle and they say it was legal in the state they were in.
The next time, if we ever see anybody from Achievement Hunter or Rooster Teeth again, I'm going to ask them, why are your stuff not on YouTube?
JD, I've
Can you
got
please
a
put it back on YouTube? Think of the fans. And then they're going to look at me and they're going to smile, fake smile, and they're going to be like, well, I mean, we just all had that. And I'm going to interrupt them and say, hey, shut up. Okay. I'm the one who's talking. I made you.
I'm the one who
I paid
knocks.
these tax dollars. You work for me. Okay.
And then they ask you, "How long have you been watching?" And you say, "I never
And I
did."
say, I don't watch you, but my friend does. And I don't like my friend, so I don't like you. How do you think they'll take that, James?
If it's Gus, he'll just like stare deadpan at you the whole time. You know what? You know what's
Fake
like
hater.
Gus was in that video by the way, the leaf blowers, because
Oh,
they
was he?
went and they fucked up Eric Badour's desk, which is right next to Gus's.
Oh, cool.
And the thing is, Gus usually has like a deadpan face where he like kind of is judgmental of them whenever they do this sort of stuff.
Mhm.
But what was happening is Gus was like laughing his ass off watching them destroy Eric's desk. Like he was having fun. And it was like a moment of
Uh-oh.
like,
Might be
these
something
are,
weird between Eric and
I mean, everybody hates Eric.
Yeah, is he a
No,
conservative as well?
he looks it.
Just so happens.
Just a little spice rat.
Yeah, I mean, if you look like it, then you are it, James. If it looks like a duck, it's a duck.
I mean, I'd also say Michael looks like a conservative recently with
If
how
it
much
looks
he's
like a
wearing. Like,
duck, it is a
he's
duck,
wearing
unless it has
wraparounds.
a weird beaver tail, and then that's not a duck.
It's a platypus.
That's a platypus.
Camp camp. um, no, but it's been so fun. Their first video was a bit rocky because it was green screen improv,
Yeah,
so
first
it was
type
seeing them
of
do a
that
new
content.
thing. But I thought they also did it pretty funnily. They did a bit where they threw one of the guys out a window, but it was on a green screen, so it was
It's
like
not
done
a
very
real word.
jakily. But it looked funny when they did it. But yeah, they just did a bunch of like funny bits. Then they did the in betweens, and they played a gameplay video. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, they're literally just they went to a new channel where they could have more freedom to do what they wanted to do. And
Mhm.
that's the whole reason they did this is because they felt very limited by the fact that they could only do video game stuff. So they made a whole new brand to do it without destroying what the old brand was, because the old brand's still there.
Mhm.
But people don't care about that. It's they killed it. They killed it. They killed the IP. They killed it. They killed it.
They killed it. They nightmare.
Dude, it drives me insane because it's like I
Good.
feel like it's obvious to me
Consume more of it.
because I'm aware of what the brand is doing and I've seen them talk about this in the past, but everybody is
Mhm.
like, no, no, they're killing their
Yeah, but
brands. They're betraying us, the
you're
fans.
frustrated at their ignorance. You're frustrated at listen, James. You are the weird one. Okay.
I
There's a
know.
reason why everyone's standing on one side of the line and you're standing on the other and you're saying, no, this is the right side, even though everyone else is saying the other side is the right side. And there's only one common denominator in this.
But JD, I'm telling the people on the other side there's a tidal wave coming, but all their backs are turned to it and they're all shaking their head going, no, there's a tidal wave coming. And I turn around, nothing's there, and they go, you just don't see it yet.
Exactly. And if everyone else sees it and you don't see it, I mean, there's a common denominator.
And when everybody sees a tidal wave, nobody sees the tidal wave.
In that specific scenario, I come up out of nowhere randomly. I'm straddling the line and you're like, JD, back me up here. And I'm like, and I turn to you and I have the biggest shit-eating grin on my face. I'm like, no, James, there is no tidal wave. There is no Warren Bossing say. And I go to the other side and I die. But I die a happy man. And that's more important.
I was on
Dying a happy man is better than living a horrible life. So there you go. You can quote me on that.
And then I go on to live a happy life.
And then you go on to watch more Rooster Teeth comments of the next generation being like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
I don't know any of the people in this video right now. Gee, it's almost as if they got hired recently.
Oh, gosh.
Like somebody
that's your mocking voice, so you just go into Goofy. You go to Goofy's voice. You're like, oh, gosh.
No, but somebody said that, and it was like literally under a new brand who was full of people that literally just got hired like 2 months ago. And someone was like, I literally know nobody in this video. And I'm like thinking, they just started.
That's
no
true.
Shit.
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing wrong with that statement because it's true.
Over here, huh?
I mean, you can get angry at people for spitting facts, but I mean, I there's no use in getting angry because it's just the facts. It's just how it is.
But JD, I am angry because people are saying that Alice in Borderland is getting a season 3, and I'm like, but it ended.
I mean, but don't you want it to get a season 3? You like it?
I do. I really do. I really want to see it get a season 3. It's so good. I want to see the guy do the poses again in the shipping yard. I want to see him go.
I know you. I know you want to watch that naked man again. You just want to see naked men in Alice in Wonderland.
Now that we can do the commentary tracks properly for it, I want us to watch it.
Yeah.
Because those ones will get made because they have good audio.
Sure. So are you just ditching
it won't just
the
be
rest
the sound of us jiggling.
Are you ditching the rest of the what was it? The commentary tracks that we did? Yeah.
It's just that the audio is so like it. I can do it for Transformers because it's the last one, and I just want to finish off the series. Mm-hmm. But it's like doing it for all of Squid Game is going to be such a chore because it's going to be like there's just going to be too much of the clicking. It's too much of a chore. You're going to move it to a different website because that's where it's better. And I'm actually
who cares about who cares about your viewers, man? I mean, just move it. Who cares what they think?
going to my Patreon and watching it. What's insane to me is that it's like what they're doing is that it's better than Patreon in a way. The content that's being moved there, you can still watch a good chunk of it. Mm-hmm. And then there's also other stuff you can watch if you want to pay. But the stuff that's exclusive there, you can still watch for free.
Right. That's it. Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything after that.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Fiona and Cake. It finished. It had a really good ending. I was just gonna say it had a really good ending. It definitely made me cry because it was like a conclusion to a lot of like stories that were set up.
You cried? You what the? Yeah.
This was my childhood, JD.
Okay.
I grew up watching the show and everything, and then it's like this comes out and it's like this sort of book ending to the Ice King character. It's like, hey, here's literally the end of what his story is, and it's like this whole there's this dialogue that's getting really popular on TikTok from it, where the Ice King's wife Betty goes, "You were a very fun experience for me," because it's him having this sort of like psychosis moment where he's like in his own mind, but he's also talking to Betty, who's Golb, and he's like reliving the day. It's a hard moment, dude, because it's like in his mind,
he's just like an experience to her. That's pretty fun.
Well, the thing is, she threw away basically everything she was going to do in her life so she could go with him, and he never realized that. And there was like the whole episode is devoted to him like realizing that through like different moments and him living the day where he essentially made her follow him by grabbing her hand before she'd get on the bus to go live her life, like keeping her there and everything.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I forget. I always forget, but Ice King's like literally a terrible guy. Like he's a bad guy.
no, this is Simon. This is not Ice King. This is Simon.
Well, I mean they're the same guy.
No, Ice King was what Simon was without his actual conscience.
I'm going to cut.
It was.
Let me type that timestamp.
I'm just gonna make a marker in the audio log.
Just let me jot down a quick note.
Here, I'll give you a clean fresher. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like realizing like I literally stopped you from going and living this fun life to come follow me. And to him, she was everything and she has been everything he's wanted since he could remember who he was again because he scared her off when he put on the crown. And
'Cause
then
he's a
for
simp.
thousands of years he was entrapped in it, just wanting to be with her again. Then when he got out of it, he was with her, and then he immediately lost her when he was back with her again because she had to go inside a gulp and sacrifice herself to save him. So she literally time and time
What?
again sacrificed herself.
Okay.
And then so this moment was him realizing that, and what she says is you were a fun experience because that's all she's known. But to him, she was everything.
Sorry, I was just thinking in my mind where she like turns around where she's about to sacrifice herself. She's like,
No, she's getting
you're
on
a
the bus.
simp, Jerry. You're a simp. Then she leaves. And Simon's just like, what? What was that? Yeah, when Simon said to her, "Come along with me," and then
Yeah.
sorry, that was just like you had your emotional moment. Now we get to clown on it.
Yeah, man. No, it was really sweet though, because like then they did this moment where like Betty lets him go, like throws him away so he can find his world again.
Mhm.
As she then reforms herself to take on like a new form, and he begins like clatter against all these rocks, and every time he hits a rock, he enters a new world, and it's parroting the way that the show, like the intro of the show goes, because it's like there's this sort of song, and to the beat of the song, like there's a little like beat every now and then. When that happens, it cuts to a new world in the intro, because they was just showing you the multiversal thing with the show, but then in this, it's him hitting all the rocks, recreating that until he finds his own, and he enters his own. And
Fiona and Cake was about Simon and not Fiona and Cake.
it's about both. It was a very subtle way of them actually shoehorning his story and being like, and we finish
It
it.
was like, yeah, it's Fiona and Cake, but what
Well,
if
I mean-
we could put Simon in there too?
They're in his head, so you know he's essentially always going to be a part of it inherently. But
No,
it's
what
a
you're
very
saying
nice
is
finish.
that he is Fiona and Cake.
Yes, literally. But it was a very sweet ending where they show that like a butterfly lands on him that has like the way that Betty's face was drawn specifically.
And then it explodes.
Its wings has it on it, and he then starts to live a life being happy and no longer feeling like he has this sort of like purpose to save somebody who saved him. Because it would just be an endless loop of self-sacrifice that really just ultimately ends up hurting them both.
Cool.
So it was this very beautiful way that they ended it, which was like very like emotional music played to like no audio and just like a collage of like things that they're all doing together, what Fiona and Cake are doing, and then what Simon's doing. It's just a very sweet ending. It's very.
Oh, did Fiona and Cake? They're just like out there now.
Well, yes, their world became a real world. It was no longer a thought inside his mind. Betty made it a real world.
Created a multiverse.
Yes, like it was
Reality
like
can be whatever I want it to be.
Yeah, Betty, aka Gold was like
At the end of end of the show, Betty turns around before walking to the train. She's like, "Fall!" and it hits every rock. It goes into a different world.
Dude, the fall meme is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
but yeah,
well,
no,
man,
it was very sweet.
glad you enjoyed it.
So
Can't wait for us to do a
I didn't see
commentary
the
track
ending.
on it where I just shit on everything in the show, and you're just like, JD, you fucking, I'll kill you. You're standing right there. I can kill you right now.
Every 5 minutes, you'll turn
Like how
to me
I was
and you'll
hating
go,
I was hating on your favorite Squid Game character, Ollie. Ollie. Was
Ollie.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, Ollie.
And I was just like, man, I really don't like Ali. He's a kind of a bad guy. Broke his boss's fingers. You're like, no, JD, that's because did you not watch the goddamn?
And you didn't, though. You literally didn't, and you just kept turning, and you're like, of course I did.
Yeah,
Yes.
it did. I was sitting right here. He was right in front of me.
Where else would I be?
So,
Ahsoka ended. I didn't watch it.
mhm.
I mean, I watched it. I just didn't watch the ending. I don't know. I haven't had a drive to.
Yeah, you're not gonna finish it like how you didn't finish Cyber Edge Runners. Hmm?
No, I probably will finish it. It's just like it's good to me in the way that Cyberpunk wasn't, or Cyberpunk Edgerunners. The Cyberpunk game is good to me. I got to get
Hmm.
back into playing that so I can play the DLC, which apparently is like extremely good.
Yeah, because it's got another cool guy in there, Elba.
Idris Elba, mate.
Elba, the Australian.
You know he's apparently in the game before DLC too now in the update.
Oh, he's in the game before the DLC.
They added his backstory that it gives you in the DLC for what he was doing before he was in the DLC thing. He's a
Oh,
bouncer.
and he's
You can
actually
find
doing
him.
it.
Yeah, he's a bouncer, and you can find his NPC character like letting people in and like stopping you and being like, "All right, mate, I guess you're on the list. If I got my eye on you," like saying something like that as you come in.
Oi, mate, you're not on the list.
Oi, bruv. It's
Oi, bro.
Tuesday, innit?
You look like some biscuits and tea out of a dumpster, mate.
You look like a cup of drinkable
Like
tea.
every time we impersonate him again, every other line it sounds farther and farther from what Idris Elba actually sounds like.
Oi, bruv.
Bro,
Oi, bruv.
brother.
Golly gee.
Gorge. So, so anyway, I want to talk about this fun
Gorge.
little thing I found out recently,
Yeah.
and well, I mean, I watched a Asmongold video about it,
Oh,
and
God.
he's the one who brought it up to me. So apparently, there's this new like extension on I think Chrome or whatever web browser that lets you see the amount of real like verified viewers on a Twitch stream in the browsing section. And what it would tell you is basically it would show like right on the thumbnail of their stream, like in the bottom corner, it will show you a number, and that number is the percentage of how many of the current viewers are verified viewers, like ones that I guess have like an email or something attached to it. So basically like a real person, right? And someone
Yeah.
made this extension because of the ViewBot and embedded Twitch stream problem that apparently Twitch has been having recently, which I think has been having for a while, but just also brought to attention recently.
No, it's
And this,
new.
I feel like
It's
you would be
brand
pretty
new.
interested in this because you are a streamer on Twitch, right?
Have you
So-
looked at what mine is?
No,
Is that what
I haven't
okay.
downloaded it. I haven't looked at it. I was
gonna
going to
say,
like
are
Chris
you that
Hansen you
type of-
right there, where I'm like, let's talk about this.
You're gonna Chris Hansen me, but also I was not aware what what I did apparently.
Now, so apparently, anybody who would be like a sus stream where like most of the viewers are like bots or embedded Twitch streams, would have like a really low percentage, like say below 40% ish of real viewers. And so Asmongold just made this like 40-ish minute video of him just browsing through all like a bunch of different sections in Twitch, a bunch of different topics or games, and just like pointing out and like just roasting everybody who's been allegedly botting their streams. And it's pretty interesting to me that so many of them, or it wasn't like a ton of them, but there were like 2-3 of them in the top like 5, like 10 rows of streams in any channel, any section. And the funny thing to me was that some of them, or actually a lot of them, were like sponsored by like actual brands. Like they have sponsors from actual brands. And so he started making this bit where he's like, he would find like a stream that's like ViewBot has like 2% like real viewers. He goes into their Twitch channel, and the only chat action he sees is like his own chat that has entered that stream and trying to like talk to him through it. And he's like, see, this is not cool. And then he like scrolls down, he's like, oh, that's weird. This person isn't sponsored by HelloFresh. I gotta call up HelloFresh's like manager and tell them they're missing out on some big money right here.
Guys, you're missing one.
Guys, you missed a spot. So yeah, I just thought it was pretty interesting that some people were doing it. And yeah, I mean, I'm here to declare my re-entrance into the Twitch scene. And if you just see like maybe 1,000, couple thousand people on my, couple of viewers on my stream, let's just look the other direction, you know?
Dude, I'm gonna report you immediately, and I'm gonna tell Asmongold.
Yeah, you're gonna tattle on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it's an issue because it pushes out like people who would naturally be there to view on that like front page, because it's sorted. The sections are sorted by how many current viewers there are, right?
Sorted by a couple of nerds. Yeah, I agree.
So the people with the most viewers are at the top of the section when you enter one.
Mm-hmm.
So people who viewbot like kind of artificially inflate their number where they're viewed on the page. So yeah, I guess there's that. Anyway, though, it's very, very, very cool, very interesting. You know, they're just gaming the system. Apparently, it's not against TOS to have embedded streams, not for the botting, for embedded streams. Which is, do you know what that is, James?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Well, I'll just explain it anyway. So it's like,
no, I can explain. I can explain it.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's when a stream, you tuck it in bed.
That's pretty close. And by pretty close, I mean that's not it at all. So,
no, that's it. No, that's it.
So there are some Twitch streams that are run by like some companies, like small companies that run like wikis for games, and one of them is Fextra Life. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth does a thing with them every year.
So Fextra Life it's kind of like a game wiki where, you know, you search up like a guide on a specific game, like say like an Elden Ring build.
You're not talking about the charity. Okay, sorry.
No, it is a game like guide company-ish type of thing. So you'll search up like an Elden Ring build, and one of the first things that pops up is like a wiki link to Fextra Life's page about the specific build that you're looking for. And on their website, a lot of people apparently use Fextra Life. On their website is an embedded stream. And what that means is there's like a small Twitch stream on the bottom corner of that webpage that links to their Twitch channel. And you are counted as a viewer of that Twitch stream if you are on their website, like looking for a guide or whatever, even if you're not actively looking at it, right?
Yeah.
And what that would do is artificially raise the number of concurrent viewers on your stream, right? And that's not against the rules. So you can do that.
You can't?
You can do that.
You can't?
You can.
You can't?
The opposite of what you said, James.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, so anyway.
You can't do it.
So you can. And then so that would, you know, artificially raise the number. And people have been ragging on them for that. So
I don't know why that would. It's just, you know, it's understandable.
It's just business. You know, it's not their fault that they do it. It's Twitch's fault for allowing it. You know,
it's not their fault that business is booming. It's Twitch's
exactly.
Twitch's fault for being so jealous.
If you fake it till you make it and you make it, that's your success. You didn't then you no longer faked it. You win.
Yeah.
You're a winner.
I win.
So my advice to you, James, is why not just game the system?
You're right.
You know? I mean, I don't know what category you stream in, but just like, you know, pump the numbers up a bit. You're at the top.
By accident.
Maybe you won't get some like awkward chatters that you are a little bit afraid of talking.
No.
Sorry, you're not afraid of talking with them. You just hate their guts and you wish they would die.
It's not my fault they're weird about stuff.
Or maybe you're just completely misreading their like intentions and their comments, and maybe they're just messing with you and you just don't know it.
JD, you have this idea that everybody is messing with me.
I have this idea that everybody is doing a bit. Like they're not serious about anything if they're online and anonymously like
somebody literally posts a video of them having a swastika
I default to thinking they're a troll. I default to thinking they're a troll and they don't really care about what they're talking about. They just want to get a ruse out of someone like James, who like cares about stuff online and gets angry about it.
And I'd say certainly some people do.
There
but
are some.
JD,
And by some, I mean all of them.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know the actual percentage of who are doing bits and who are not, but if I had to guess, I actually think it's probably a higher ratio of people who are doing bits to people who are not. That's my guess.
Probably, but I think.
But I don't know. I'm not the one who engages with them.
And what I talk to you about, because I'm in pretty deep in these sort of like communities and stuff.
Yeah, you're deeper in it. It's probably better to take James's advice from it, since I don't. I don't actually interact with them, so. It's just a guess, really,
because
for me.
I have a bad problem.
It's a good problem for the crapshoot, though.
It's a good problem for the crapshoot to make up for the fact that I don't work at the
I'm
job.
I'm glad you're so committed to this hobby. I was about to say job, but we don't get paid for this. You're committed to this bit. You're committed to this bit so hard.
Wait, JD, HelloFresh doesn't send you the money?
You sack what?
HelloFresh isn't.
Did they send you the money?
Yeah. Are you not getting the checks in the mail?
Well, how are you getting this? You didn't. I linked it to my business PayPal.
But JD, we talked about this. It's my business PayPal.
No, it's not. We've already talked about how you couldn't set up one, and I had to set up one. So we were using just mine.
You couldn't set up one, and you tried doing how they asked you, and you were like, I did the CAPTCHA, and I sent them my ID like they asked.
Yeah, but I mean, they sent me an email saying they sent me an email for HelloFresh that said they couldn't work with us anymore because of our problematic content. And I said, what problematic content, you fucking douchebag? And they never replied to me. And listen, I was in the right there, okay? Because they are a fucking douchebag.
You know, JD, and that is completely your opinion and thought.
And that's also completely a bit. HelloFresh, if you're listening to this, please sponsor us. we love your food.
That's also a bit. We don't love your food.
That's also
because we
a bit.
haven't had it yet. Because we want to try your food. So send it to us.
HelloFresh, more like buy rotten. Thanks for watching the podcast.
Good,
if you enjoyed,
there's the name of the second channel.
Buy rotten. You think we'll get sued by HelloFresh for that? So,
no.
Anyway, we do this every Sunday. Know. If you enjoyed, you should subscribe. You can catch us. You get notified if you click the bell icon for when the episodes come out. They come out every Sunday. Probably. Most of the time. Maybe like one or two exceptions on holidays. Non-business ship days. And that's, yeah, it's Sunday. If you like James, find him in the description. And James, bring us out.
So, the